Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, wait, I guess I'm on the wrong tab here. This is not quite the video that I wanted to make today, but I did wait until I saw everyone else put their takes out there. Some of them are very, very strong. I think I have something a little unique here because a lot of people aren't talking about what I find to be the most fundamental issue of this league. This is the 3.19.0D patch that did drop last night. Let's talk about it really quickly, and then I'll talk about my experience today and what I think is missing. I think very much especially NeverSync has a Twitter thread that I think is really, really good and reasonable. TarkyCat and Localhaul's takes are exceptional as well. I would definitely check those out. I do want to preface all of this saying it is just a video game. It is 100% okay to be disappointed and to be angry. I just personally think calling out specific people using extreme hyperbolic language when it comes to patching in a video game and game balance and all that, I do feel like that crosses a line. To me, video games are just like movies and just like books. It is 100% a-okay to be like really, really sad and disappointed. You know, Game of Thrones season 8, the new Game of Thrones book finally gets written by George R. R. Martin, and it's, you know, if it follows season 8, obviously I would be really, really disappointed and sad. Maybe I would even make one very disappointed tweet, but I wouldn't be personally calling for George R. R. Martin's editors to be burned alive or something. This is just entertainment media. There's a certain line that I think is just inappropriate to cross. But with all that said, we can be very disappointed and criticize it and have constructive criticism. So what did they do? You can see they increased the rarity, increased the rarity. This is just uniques, rares, uniques. You know, this is really missing the point. And they say they're increasing the base drop rate of currency by 25%. We don't know exactly what this is going to look like. Obviously, it takes a long time to see how that stuff sorts out. But I did level from 89 to 90 this morning, running high yellow and early red maps. They were all chisel and elk. Well, for as many alchemies as I still had. And I can tell you that the rewards for me felt about the same as yesterday. Very, very small sample size. I am on the most loose loot filter a human being can have. It's like, it shows like almost everything. I still just don't have any chance orbs. I actually had to double check. I had to go convert jewelers to a fusing, and then I bought a chance orb and I just opened a tier 1 map, and I had to drop the chance orb. I didn't want to like speak incorrectly here. I do have chance orbs on my filter. I had to double check because, as you can see, I've had to convert chance orbs to scours. I've only bought like 4 regrets, but I've had to do that conversion because I've had so few loot drops so far. Apparently, I do have chance orbs on my loot filter. I would not know it. You know, I did roughly 30 maps this morning, all chisel and elked, and my currency is still going down instead of going up. So this does not feel better, and I'm killing every single rare on the map that I can. So what we can say is the loot drops are not enough. This is not enough. At least, you know, in my one day of playing, this is not enough loot drops. We have reduced the cost of many harvest crafts. As I said in the video yesterday, this is missing the entire point. Ben also said that he did it to make a point by beating the race last night. Like, his #1 complaint is the removal of Reforged keeping prefix and suffix, as well as the more likely crafts. As you can see, they're all gone. Reforged much more likely is gone. Those are the ones that were actually like really impactful for creating reliably good gear. Just gone. So, and then, yeah, we have significantly improved the amount of rewards from Lake of Kalandra. This is still missing my #1 sticking point here. Oh, and then they're making tainted currency slightly better. Sure, whatever. What is my #1 complaint here that is missing? It is this word right here. The ArchNemesis monster, specifically, even them bringing them into Lake of Kalandra, that's like, I don't do Lake of Kalandra, period. Neither did Ben. If Ben doesn't do it, me at Hardcore Solo Self-Found, I sure as hell am not doing it. ArchNemesis is just total bullshit. Nothing about it enhances the fun of the game, and most critically, it creates these like very spiky, nearly impossible to react to situations. Or not even impossible to react to, but specifically really hard to read. And that's my #1 complaint about it. It's weird. They said they reduced the number of rares, but it feels like there's just as many, if not more. And then maybe this is just because of the increased ArchNemesis difficulty. I've had many encounters where 3 rares run at me at the same time. At least one of them will be super hasted, and they'll have 2 to 3 ArchNemesis modifiers each. And I just do not have the time to mouse over each one and read them. And some ArchNemesis modifiers are very easy to tell, you know, like the Molten Shell one or the Ice Wall one, but there's a lot of them that have no visual feedback whatsoever. And in fact, the two scariest ones to me, Malediction and Hexer, as far as I can tell, have little to no visual feedback whatsoever. If you don't know, Malediction causes you to take 30% increased damage. And that is absolutely terrifying. It's these things where you can't tell exactly what's going on and you have very little control of what's going on, but it really feels like the real game is playing Path of Building and perfectly building your character. And actually the mechanical portion of piloting and all that is just comes secondary. As someone who enjoys the mechanical aspect of the game, and like to me, that's like the best part about the game is when I have high mobility and I can dodge things and there's really high clarity of what's going on, you know, at least in boss fights, stuff like that. Everything that takes away from that and detracts from it and just says, hey, if you don't have the perfect POB for that character, for that specific encounter, really, you were dead before the fight started, unless you run away. It seems like all they want to do is make you run away. The title of the video is not clickbait whatsoever. I did reach Ascendancy rank 30 or so, but yesterday I didn't even play. I had a lot of fun playing Cult of the Lamb on stream. You know, for my birthday, I was like, you know what? I don't want to play PoE today. I'm going to play Cult of the Lamb, and it was an absolute blast. I was laughing the entire time. We were naming people in our cult after, you know, people in chat and then sacrificing them, and just actually such a joy to play, you know, just a pure fun game. I reached level 90 in hardcore solo self-found. I would love to even 5-link this thing and get the right socket colors and be able to use my armor upgrade and you know, keep pushing the progress on my character. But it is so painfully slow, just like arduous, especially every single, like my upgrades are going to be fighting essence monsters and then essence spamming gear and hoping I get something good, or like, you know, maybe I just heist all day just to get some fossils. Heist and delve. I've been heisting and delving pretty moderately as well. I'll be continuing to update with my thoughts as GGG continues to respond to these changes. I'm sure they'll keep patching and making things better, but at least until they fix ArchNemesis, I really think it is a fundamental issue with the way it's implemented right now. The numbers are way overtuned. 30% increased damage taken from Malediction. Hardcore character could just get randomly deleted. There is no mitigation for that either, right? It's not like a curse or anything. You just take 30% increased damage. Things like that are just too scary, too unreliable. You know, I want to pay attention and play to the best of my ability. But if I even like blink and a hasted Malediction, Hexer, Bloodletter, Effigy, Steel-Skinned, Gargantuan monster runs at me, I could die by just blinking. That's just a bit much. And I like, this is the tankiest, most ridiculous character I've ever put together. In fact, I've even gone for, I have 80% reduced curse effect on me now, armor block, spell suppression, everything you could want. And I am absolutely terrified of just the wrong ArchNemesis monster running at my character, killing a character that I'm very proud of and that I feel should be adequately defensive for, you know, basically any mapping content in the game right now. I just don't see myself playing this character anymore. I have no drive to like bang my head in hardcore solo self-found against that. I'm going to start a softcore trade character and play it super, super casually. You know, I want to try out Lightning Conduit and Galvanic Field. I want to try out Trickster, try to put all that together. You know, Mathos Energy Blade stuff looks really fun. But I'm going to play around with that very, very casually, keep playing Cult of the Lamb. I'm actually looking forward to installing and booting up Diablo 3 this weekend, playing a casual, fun ARPG that I know it's just gonna be superficial and not that interesting. Path of Exile gives us so much more, but at least I know what I'm gonna get, and it's just gonna be a nice little nostalgic romp through a game that I haven't played for like 8 years. You know, it'll be fun to boot up a Crusader, ride around on a horse, and just have a good time. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm mostly just looking forward to Cult of the Lamb and Diablo 3 this weekend. We'll keep our finger on the pulse of this, but keeping our language and you know, our feelings to something reasonable, and you know, not calling out personal attacks or anything. I really think that is truly inappropriate. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you join me on stream for some Cult of the Lamb and some Diablo 3 this weekend. Mix it up quite a bit. As always, especially huge thank you to all the subscribers here and the patrons, especially the new patron, Ross. Thank you so much for choosing to support me, especially in these trying times. And yeah, I'm going to go get ready for the stream. See ya.